Okay, this is another passage for writing, fourth grade. When we do the writing practice for these really STAR tests, we're going to be sharing some strategies, but the most important thing, the first step you have to do is read the passage first. Don't go straight to the questions because it's going to be harder to get the gist of the passage as a whole, and you're gonna be having problems where the questions are asking you to insert certain sentences between the passage. You're not gonna be quite sure where they belong to, and those are the ones that are worth the most points in the test. So my recommendation is just read it, enjoy the passage. These are actually nice passages. These are writings from kids. So it's a nice short story. Enjoy it and think about. I'm gonna write it down. The main idea. You must be able to understand what it is about. Understand what is the main idea of the passage, because there are going to be questions about not only grammar, spelling, punctuation, capitalizations, and pronouns, and things like that. There are going to be questions about inserting sentences and adding sentences for main idea, or adding a sentence at the end of the passage for a better conclusion, things like that. So the first step is just to read it and enjoy it. So let's do that. If you find a spelling mistake or something that is weird, that doesn't make sense, it doesn't sound right, underline it with your color, crayon, whatever you have. The waves, this is called home, and look, it's a little turtle there, so it's going to be talking about turtles going home. Let's see. The waves pounded the sandy beach, and the moon shone down brightly. It's like a very romantic introduction. Zoe, the sea turtle, lumbered forward, not quite used to the heavy weight of her shell out of the water. Just check this word. It says quiet, not quite used. I know that is not that. It should be not quite used. I'm going to continue. She knew it was almost time to lay her eggs, and they needed to be on land so they could mature and hatch. Oh, that's so cute. Something inside Zoe had drawn her to this beach. Although she didn't yet understand why, she knew this was where she needed to be. It is called the instinct, the animal instinct. As Zoe dragged herself up the shore and away from the ocean, she felt the dry and grainy sand on her flippers. The sharp tang of the sea air and the smell of the grasses on the shore began to bring back some memories. Suddenly she remembered Zoe had been to this very place many years before. Zoe had been much smaller then, only about 2 inches long. She was a baby. On a warm night, a lot like this one, she had poked her foot out of an egg and then pushed the rest of her body through. Pushed the rest of her body through the shell. I'm going to underline that one, that's weird. Onto the sand. Looking around, she noticed hundreds of other turtle hatchlings crowded on the beach. Each had the same goal, to get to the water. Zoe joined the mass movement toward the waves. Upon reaching the water, okay, let me stop a little bit. This is talking about when she was a baby, and this one is describing her first moments after she was born. Okay, let's continue. Zoe joined the mass movement toward the waves. Upon reaching the water, she splashed furiously. The splashing of all the tiny turtle flippers made the water look like it was bubbling. It took a very long time, but Zoe, along with many other of her fellow hatchlings, finally made it out to sea. So she was born, and then she went to see the sea. Let's see. Zoe spent the next several years far out in the ocean waters. She grew and grew. Then one day she started swimming in a new direction, not really knowing why. The journey finally ended on this fine May evening, and now Zoe understood. She had been making her way back home. Zoe found a dry spot on the beach and began her work. She used her strong flippers to fling sand fling sand to the side and make a pit under her body. Inside the pit, she used her back flippers to carve out a hole. When Zoe's there's a mistake in there. When Zoe's nest was complete, she laid her eggs. Then she carefully covered the nest with sand and began the slow crawl back to the sea. Zoe took one last look at the sandy mound. Then the waves carried her away again. It was time for a new generation to begin. That was a nice story. Okay, question 17. What change needs to be made in sentence 2? And I got sentence 2. I'm going to use my yellow. And it says, Soy the sea turtle, lumber forward, no quiet, used to the heavy weight of her shell out of the water. I have my sentence right here. You will be forced to go back and forth on the paper. So my recommendation right here is to write very carefully, copy the Soy the sea turtle. My recommendation for you is to copy the sentence. Copy the sentence very carefully, okay? When you do that, you will realize, or you will see the error or mistake clearer. So change lumber to lumbering. Soy the sea turtle lumbering forward. Okay, lumbering, it's an action that is happening. And it's happening at this time. This is present. Could be here. So this sentence is not in present tense. So this can't be. Change not to she was not. Soy the sea turtle lumber forward. She was not quite quiet used. Okay. The rule, I'm going to write it with green. The rule is yes, yes, no, no. It means yes, complete idea, yes, comma. No complete idea, no, comma. So if you have she was not, so you have a complete idea, you need a comma and a fanboy. And in your sentence, you will have two complete ideas very weirdly joined together. Soy the sea turtle lumbered forward, comma, she was not quite used. So the rule applies there. Yes, complete idea, yes, comma, with fanboy, and you don't have a fanboy, do you? Here, I'm going to use the green. There is no fanboy. You can't do that. Forward, comma, she was not, comma, fanboy, and then the complete sentence. This is the explanation why that one can't be. Change quiet to quiet. This is correct. Okay, I'm going to use my red. Change quiet to quiet. She was not quite used. Okay, she was not quite used. It was not quite right. Okay, quite, no quiet. And you can also use your dictionary to double check on that one. 18. What change should be made in sentence 6? My sentence 6, let me move my paper right here. Okay, got my sentence 6 there. My sentence 6, I'm going to use my yellow. As Zoe dragged herself up the shore and away from the ocean, she felt the dry and grainy sand on her flippers. Okay? So, we're not combining sentences, we're not doing editing, we're not doing revising, I'm sorry. We're editing more for spelling mistakes, okay? So, if I take out the beginning of the sentence, it wouldn't make sense. Zoe dragged herself up to the shore and away the ocean. She felt the dry. It wouldn't make sense. It's the same rule. Yes, yes. No, no. It wouldn't make sense because there is no fanboy. So you need the beginning. Change drag to dragged. This sounds actually correct. If you look in the dictionary, you cannot find the word dragged because it's in past tense. But you can find the word drag, D-R-A-G, okay? But I know this rule. For instance, the rule is double the consonant. Slap, slapped with double P. Clap, clapped. This is a rule. So drag, it will be dragged. Okay, we can check. Fail to feel it does not exist. No. Insert a comma after dry. She felt the dry, comma, and grainy sand. No, because you are cutting the sentence. So my best choice is this one right here. Change drag to dragged following this rule. Double the consonant when you have short 4-letter 1-syllable actions. Just double it. Okay? Let's continue with the next question. Question 19. How should sentence 11 be changed? Well, I don't know because I don't have sentence 11. Where is my sentence 11? Let me see. I think it's right here. My sentence 11. There you go. Sentence 11. I'm going to use my yellow. I love my yellow here. 11. On a warm night, a lot like this one, she had poked her foot out of an egg and then pushed the rest of her body through the shell. Okay, through, I know this is the past tense of throw, like I threw the ball. Okay, but through, like in here, they're talking about it's going through. It means in Spanish is a través, through the wall. It's breaking through the wall. You're not through. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So let's see. Poked to poked. Okay, that one, I'm gonna use my green. This one right here doesn't exist. Change an egg to a egg. A egg doesn't exist either. It has to have an N. And then you have a vowel. Okay? An elephant. An airplane. An egg. You don't say a egg. Okay? Change through to through. That one sounds good. And then the other one says no changes. Yes, there is a change that you need to make. That was my correct answer. Okay, next question. You have what change needs to be made in sentence 15? I'm going to use my yellow. Go look for my sentence 15. If I can, I will write my sentence 15 there to realize the mistake. It's easier that way. My sentence 15 says, upon reaching the water, she splashes furiously. So change reaching to reaching. Okay, this word, I will look for it in the dictionary, but it shouldn't be there. Reaching the water is fine. Change splashes to splashed. Upon reaching the water, she splashed furiously. The splashing of all the tiny little flippers made the water look like it was bubbling. Past tense. It could be. I need past tense and no splashes in present. Let's see. Change furiously to furious. She splashes furiously. Actually, this can't be. Furiously is fine because it's telling you how she splashes. Okay? How did she splash? Furiously, not furious. No change should be made. Which one is my best option? My best option, letter G. Okay, let's continue. What change should be made in sentence 18? I need my sentence 18 because I don't remember, so I have no idea. There you go. That's the sentence 18. It's right there. I'm going to use my yellow. And it says, Joy spent the next several years far out in the ocean waters. Zoe spent the next several years far out in the ocean waters. Okay? Let me see. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, that's a little bit better. Change should be made. What change should be made? Okay. Change several to several. Oh, that's true. It says several. Several doesn't exist. Several doesn't exist. Several, yes. I was reading it wrongly. Oh, there you go. This should be my correct answer. I'm just going to check the other words just to be sure. Change far to she was far. I can't include more words in there to make two sentences to join together by nothing. So he spent the next several years. She was far out in the ocean waters. With no comma, no fanboy, nothing. No, I can't. No, I cannot. Change waters to waters of the water. Okay? Waters with apostrophe like that will mean of the water. So, ocean, waters, of the water, ocean, no. No, you can't. This is incorrect. And change the period to a comma, no. So, what is my correct choice? Several, no several. Okay, I didn't see that one. 22. What change needs to be made in sentence 24? Let me move this a little bit. My sentence 24 is right there. Okay, let me move it here. Let me move it like this. Zoe found a dry spot on the beach and began her work. Okay, let me see. Change found to finds. No, because we said we were talking about past tense, right? So I cannot put it in present. No, because it's present tense, I can't. Change began to begun. No, again, had begun. No. Change her work to their work. Change her work to, I'm not going to change that. We're talking about Zoe, no all the other turtles. It can, this is plural, no. So I guess there is no change needed. Let me go back and reread my sentence 24. Zoe found a dry spot on the beach and began her work. It sounds perfect. Okay, question 23. What change needs to be made in sentence 27? I'm going to take my yellow, and I think I already had it underlined in my first read. I underlined it with green. When Zoe's nest is the nest of Zoe, so it has to be possessive, which is this one. That's a correct one. Okay, I know. Delete when? No, I need it. Change laid to lays? No. Present tense? No. No change needed? No. That's my correct one. Letter B. 24. What is the correct way to write sentence 29? Zoe took one last look at the sandy mound. Then the waves carried her away again. Past tense. Sandy took one last look at the sandy mound. Then the waves carried her away again. Okay, I understand the sentence. So let's see. Zoe taking one last look at the sandy mound. Period. This is an incomplete idea. Who? Zoe. Did what? I don't know, because She was taking one last look at the sandy mound, but we don't know what she did next. No, that's wrong. Zoe took one last look at the sandy mound before the waves carried her away again. You cannot cut it in the middle. Zoe taking one last look at the sandy mound and then the waves. Doesn't make sense? Zoe took one last look at the sandy mound before the waves carried her away again. Oh, this one sounds perfect. You don't need comma, nothing, because it's just one complete idea. Zoe took one last look at the sandy mound before the waves carried her away again. Perfect. Is breaking through the